And always remember, and I'll remember once I go to this page, that it's okay to have variety. You don't have to do just games on one account. If you want to do cosplay videos or AMVs or whatever you're kind of into, you can have those on there. You can do one account, you know, if you're that kind of person. But if it's not, you can always do one, like, Let's Play channel, like Toboscus does. He has one channel for all his vlogs, one for all his gaming, and one for whatever he does. He puts them out so people know what exactly to look for instead of, like, if they're not a fan of his for his other stuff, they can just go to his gaming. And look into ways to play your games more than just the usual, because there's a lot of different ways to play games. There's flash games, there's internet-based games, there's emulators, so there's a lot of options out there. So, you just need to go find them. Now we can look at the games. This is always the best part when you're co-oping with someone, having them be fearful. Yeah, have fun with your games. Don't do it because there are a lot of people like, you should totally play this game, meh, or you'll follow you. No, do it because you want to. You're not their slave. Yeah. And try to be original. And this is gonna kind of sound weird, because as it says, probably says in the next one, that it's also okay to be mainstream. But again, everyone's done the games a lot of times, like Amnesia. People have done that to death. So try to be a bit original with it if you do try to tackle something like that. Because all people think is barrels.
Oh, jeez.
And try games that people may have not seen. Even if it is obscure-ish, be careful with that. Because then people won't know. But like Off, for example. Off is a kind of obscure game that not everyone has done, but yet people like it. And if not many Let's Plays are up on it, there's your chance to jump on it. You've done some examples. But yeah, it is okay to go with mainstream games. You can play Mad Father and Amnesia and all that stuff. Play the games you love. Just, again, as we said before, try to be original about it. And don't do too many at once. I know a lot of friends who have made this mistake. Like, they post up like a part of like 3 games in one day, and they try to keep it consensual. That's, no. That's not... Consistent. Hush.
What is important?
It's been a long time. But yeah, and he just could not finish all of the games because of it, because he has so much to play. So personally, I do one game at one time, and then when I'm done with all that, I post one a day, and then I'm done. So again, what do I say? Now, Persona. This is what people will see you as. You gotta make it count, because you only have one reputation. And keep it, well, I personally think that it should be fun and optimistic and energetic, because people don't like, this game sucks, why am I playing it, I died, whatever. Because, no, that's boring. People will look away from that. Be like, yeah, we're gonna do this, oh crap, I died! People like to see that. People like to see misery. It's true.
Horrible.
Shout out Florida, baby.
Yeah. And do not steal other people's trademarks. Like, that is very, very original. Like, again, like I said before, saying barrels to everything for PewDiePie, Mystic Chair, and stealing other people's class races, like, bros. Like, I know that is a term, but, you know, just using it how he does and having the tone and everything. That's very good. Though, I steal once or twice. Sometimes I go, whew, because it's always fun to do that. Not often. No one ever notices me. You gotta find a niche. Something that you can do or say that'll give you a trademark. Like you saw in my video. Yeah, my video. I didn't say any other one. That mine is Good Buddy Kyo and Have a Good Day, Friends. That's something I can say. It's energetic, it's optimistic, and it's something that usually I only do. And it doesn't happen like automatically. Sometimes it'll take you a long time before you find something that you can stick with, that people will be like, oh yeah, I did that. And this one, I guess it's kind of a personal thing for me. Some people like it, some people don't. I personally don't like it. But referencing off-topic things left and right. Like something that's like saying, like, you're playing Skyrim, for example, and you mention a lot of similarities to Off on it. Now, not a lot of people know about that game. And so having it completely obsessed with, oh yeah, that's like that's like that. People won't really understand, and so they'll kind of go away. So be careful. You can reference stuff like major stuff, just be careful. And don't spam out your name. I know a lot of Let's Players have gone under because of this, because they try to put their name out to everyone, send their links to all their friends, doing every way they can, that they become basically a troll and not even knowing it. So do not do that. Or else people will think you're a hater, spam your channel, and that'll be the end of you. And do not, kind of goes inside that one, don't force yourself to be out there. It will come in time. People will come to you. Like when I originally started, barely anyone paid attention. I just made it because I wanted to show a new game I found. And slowly people came, and I didn't really get picked up until like half a year after I started. So, and ignore the trolls and the haters. This I can't get enough. This ends people more than anything, even in any genre they do. Because one mean comment out of all of the wonderful comments can send someone spiraling and then no more videos. And you don't want that to happen. So, let's talk about gaining an audience. Yeah, because we want people. Let's Players are people too. Like, they're my friends. It could help with your image if you could coincide with one of them, that they could co-op and do other games, that you can be in their videos, they can be in your videos, so you share both of your subscriber audiences. And if you're younger, you can just politely ask. If they say no, then move on. But if there's another one, you ask politely, they say yeah, well, there you go. Free sponsorship. And being friends with them. Now, I'm not saying to use them just for their LP status. No, get to know them. But they can all introduce you to different games, different styles, different equipment. Like, a lot of my equipment was recommended to me because of other Let's Players. And other games I did was recommended from those Let's Players, because they played it and they thought it was nice. And yeah, don't use them for popularity, use them for friendship. Woo! And fun. That's in there too. And friends! Like, outside friends can help too. This I know a lot about. It is possible to have your real friends code. It's actually a lot simpler than you think, and some of you already know this. But basically, when you do your game, they have to be right next to you when they do the microphone. Or, have their own microphone. If you have the right equipment, you can do that. But be sure to have them behave. Like, you don't want them to, you're just playing your innocent little games and all of a sudden they crack a joke about rape. That's like, no, that's not cool, don't say that. You may think it's funny, but they don't think it's funny. And if they are online, because you can do with online too, you can, what I personally do on Skype, there's a screen share option so they can see your screen and be on the voice at the same time. So they can watch and comment as you go along. So this helps when you have like very far away friends who want to be part of your videos. And also with the co-hosting with the Let's Players, since they're not usually around you. And don't be a jerk. Don't be those things I mentioned earlier. Yeah, don't be a subscription broken record. Again, this is a preference thing. Some people do this and it works. Some people don't, and it's like saying after every video, please subscribe, and every time they are around, it's like, please subscribe, please subscribe, please subscribe. It's like you're begging, and that's not really cool. And you can't please everyone. I can't stress that enough, because some people are like, I don't like this. Play something more like this. And it's like, well, I'm sorry. No.
Can't please everyone.
Can't please everyone. I'm not funny. Anyway, but yeah, you can't please everyone. So it's like if you have a few people that are like, I like the adventure type games, but you only play horror games. It's like, well, suck it up or leave. I don't care. I have other friends. So don't let one person change your routine entirely. That's not really a good idea. Yeah, exactly. What I just said. Don't let one person change your whole routine. Like if someone doesn't like you saying like your catchphrase, don't stop saying it. Just keep doing it. If anyone likes it, do what they say. Majority rules. And be able to accept that people will dislike your video or leave bad comments on it. But as long as you like it, and maybe a majority of people, it should be alright. Like say it's your favorite video and people are like, this wasn't really a good game. Well, if you liked playing it, then it was worth it. Again, it's all about you. You're not their slaves.
Disable comments.
And be modest. Don't brag about everything. Be like, oh yeah, I have 101 subscribers, even though they have like 1,000 or something. Don't brag like you're the biggest. And even if like someone has like 10 subscribers, don't be a braggart. Just be like, yeah, It's cool. I love everybody. Peace and love. Dog. And if you succeed, it will happen. This is only a small dosage, I don't know. But yeah, this is me and my channel and my fun fan art. Ready, bird. Bring down arrow. Yeah, love all the fan art. It will happen unexpectedly. Sometimes you can question, sometimes not. But yeah, love it all. Not everyone is a grade A artist, as you can see at the top. But I love it, because it was a really nice moment. Yeah, that. They worked really hard on it, and to them it's the highest quality they can do. They worked hard on it for you. Be thankful. And you can do art about your own stuff, but it doesn't really count as the same. So yeah, be thankful.
Doesn't that technically count as official art? Yeah.
Technically, yeah, I guess. If people can pay attention. And let's talk about fans. They're crazy. They're unpredictable about finding a quirk with you. Okay, so like this, for example, I was trying to push a certain trait of mine on my video, so they're like, oh, they can probably quote that. No, they realized in a certain horror game, there was a bathtub that had discolored water, and I got suspicious about it. So all during the game, I went towards it. I was like, can I drain it? I want to see if there's a dead body in there. People obsessed about that and started drawing me with bathtubs. I was like, I didn't ask for this. After all, I got used to it, and it did turn really funny. So, and this also happened in Skyrim. The arrow in the knees. The people at yeah, that word, I can never pronounce it. They did not expect that. They wanted the sweet roll to be part of the thing. They put it in every game. But no, arrow in the knee. That came out of nowhere. But they accepted it, and they marketed it. And don't be a jerk to the fans. If someone's like really bad and think, hey, can I have a video with you? I love you so much, I'm gonna die. Don't be like, you're weird, go away. No, just be like, thank you. And thanks. Be careful what you say to me, because again, they're unpredictable. And yet they're crazy. Yes, beware, because I have seen some fans that have turned stalker towards some of my friends, so really be careful, especially with the internet that you can get personal information. You don't want them to come fight you.
All for $2.99.
And do not, and I repeat, do not get in a role with a troll, especially if it's in the comments of your videos, because people can read it, and depending how you go about it, you can look like a really big jerk, and people are like, eh, they're a jerk to a normal person, I don't want to be around them. Like PewDiePie got a bad rap for about that for a while.
Unless you are a troll, don't get in the war with one.
Yeah.
I heard
PewDiePie said something like, he made a comment about like, you know, I'm still getting money for this, and people thought that he was just looking at the money.
Yeah, exactly. So be careful what you say around people too. All in all, fans will like you, some will don't. But love them all as your friends, because they're taking time out of their busy day to watch your videos. And so they're spending time with you in a way, so be thankful that they're taking time out of their precious questions! You!
What do you recommend is a good length of time for, me and my friend were doing a Let's Play of Dead Space. What do you think is a good time of a, episode? We're doing 10 minutes currently.
Yeah. Originally, I did 15 minutes, because that's always a good starter to go with, so it's not as long, because when you're starting out and go with 30 minutes, it's kind of a long time to be with them, but 15 minutes, and plus, if you ever get a copyright strike so you can't go with 30 minutes for 15 minutes or longer, then you can still post them up under 15 minutes. That's what I always did, just in case I got copyrighted for a game, because they copyright weird stuff. But, you know, as you get better, then 30 minutes probably will be good, because then you can put in more gameplay, and you can be more sure that people will stick around that long to watch it.
Right.
Just try not to do an hour, because that's really long.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and boring if you don't decide.
Yes.
As far as video editing goes, like, you know, I use Scratch for my video recording, I use Audacity for my sound recording, but I use Windows Movie Maker for my editing. Is there do you recommend any free editing programs that are available on the internet?
Well, again, I use Camtasia, and again, you didn't hear it from me, but I kind of got it. They're cheap.
It is a decision. If you really want to get into it, what I've thought is that if you really want to get into it, you prefer to spend money for it. So I think going the free route is the way to go.
Yeah. Key generators, they're your best friends.
Or that.
Yeah.
Yar, har, har.
I got two things to say. First, does that mean that I got ripped off that in Vegas legit?
Well, again, people can spend money for stuff. You don't have to do key generators. You know, doing it the legal way is also really good. So you're not being dirty. It's just, you're really good.
We need people like you to buy things.
Yeah, we need people like you.
Also, how many, it's like, what would just, like, if you're getting multiple people, like, what would be, like, the right amount and, like, about what limit would you say would be too many people?
To like co-host with you at the same time? Or to co-host, okay. So usually I find that one-on-one is the best because you two can just play together and there's not too much combination. You put in more people and it starts getting weird. I'd say like the most, like if it's possible, most is 3 co-hosts, but again, that's the absolute most. I do not recommend more than that because then no one will know who is talking and there will be too many opportunities to talk. It'll just be constant noise.
It's just, like, some people I like to watch, they have, like, 4 people, their voices are all very distinct.
Yeah, like if there's that kind of situation, I could see it, but again, personal recommendation, 3 or less. 3 being the maximum. Anything. Gray,
Silver.
silver.
I sort of walked in late. Can you give me a brief summary of everything? Just really brief summary of everything.
Quick recap, go!
Or joke.
Okay.
Like 30 seconds.
Nutshell. Let me look at my notes, see if I can get a nutshell here. I'm nervous. Okay.
Challenge accepted.
Let's Player is someone who plays video games and comments them as they go along. That can be on any kind of video site, though mainly YouTube. There's 3 kinds. There's a player who plays through all the games, a highlighter who only shows the best part of the games that they played, and an actor who only fakes their reactions or makes it into a fictional series just for the audience's pleasure. Basically with the basics, you gotta have a good computer to have all the games and all the videos that you're going to do and all the editing and the equipment that you're gonna go with it. Though if your current computer can't, you may have to think about upgrading. But if you don't have the money, you may just have to choose your games wisely so you can play them, but on a budget. And so they can hear and see you well. Like they don't want to see the TV being recorded with a thrift store mic. That's just not good. And it's okay to have a variety of games. Just try not to go too mainstream or too original. And I know that's kind of a contradiction, but there needs to be a good mix in the middle. Something that people will be like, oh yeah, I know that game. Oh, this person does it really good. Or even to introduce people to new games. Such. And you don't have to do games because people want you to. You should do games because you want to. You're not the slave of the fans. And don't do too many at once, because then you'll get way too piled up and then just crumble. And for making an account and such and putting yourself out there, make your persona account. Make it fun, energetic, have a catchy username so people can say it. And so people will remember it very easily. And have your own trademark. Though this doesn't come for a while, so don't be afraid if you're just regular meh for a while. Just don't steal other people's, because that is the biggest turn off. And don't spam out your name, because people will think you're just an attention whore, and don't get in war with trolls, because then people think you're a jerk, and maybe also a troll. And Let's Players are people too. You can try to befriend other Let's Players, or be with your friends to try to record at once. That helps with you can't please everyone. Do what you want to be happy with yourself as a majority. Don't let one person change your whole routine. Consider the option instead. Be able to accept that people may or may not like your videos and dislike it, but as long as you like it, it should be okay. Don't brag about your subreddits or complain of your lack of them. Be happy with what you have, and if you're good, you might have fan art, and appreciate all the fan art, because they work really hard, even if they're not the best quality. And fans are unpredictable about writing stuff about you and about everything else. What?
I think that's after Don't Be a Jerk.
So I think you're good.
Yeah,
Yep,
I mean, I covered over that, and
Close to the.
that's it.
This
Now
goes
you don't have
together.
to recap at the end.
Yeah,
You're
so.
good to go.
Unless
You're
someone new
welcome.
walks in.